Gruul will lay a hand on his head and go, I believe you will do an excellent job, and cast an enhanced ability, Cat's Grace. So advantage on dex checks.
That's cool as fuck.
Okay.
You're decked out to running away. Get ready.
So, I mean, it's lovely for you, Drace. You feel, I mean, you're quite lithe in your old age, but you feel the aches and pains that are starting to accumulate, spread out. Your joints are well greased, and moving, you feel light on your feet, almost as if gravity has less of an effect on you.
Oh. This is something.
It is my motivation.
Motivation, you say? Sure.
Yes.
So, give me a stealth check with advantage now, as you try to creep closer to the camp, remaining unseen.
Alright. No dual ones here.
That's
You guys are
exactly what I was thinking.
still on the splash screen. I completely forgot about that. Sorry, I've been moving a token around.
Oh, here comes the interesting part, watching all the white scales forming.
Oh, nice.
It is kind of fun.
Yeah, this is a huge map. Okay. So, a 21. Yes, very good. You get down, get low, and you head towards the light of day. As you make it out towards the campsite, let's get you back on that map. Wait, actually, let's just represent things a bit better, because we're still going to have everything from the last battle here. Okay, well, I mean, I can't change how the tents and everything is. So, in general, let's move you back here, and it's going to be daytime, so no dynamic lighting. All the tents have been taken down, and you can see. Let me just get rid of these guys. They've got more guards by the side where you ambushed them from. And the kind of general commoners that were hiding in the tent are going backwards and forwards, bringing crates, helped by the guards. As the wizards, you can see one of them, well, you can hear one of them kind of giving orders. He's hidden by the trees. The other one would be moving around, kind of checking through the lands here and looking around. You're not sure what he's doing, but as you arrive kind of out of the tree line here, well, you're hiding back and just keeping an eye. Are you going to kind of hunker down and spend a bit of time here?
Yeah, just watching them to see where they eventually will go.
Okay. So you prepare to get in for a little bit of wait, making sure you're ready to flee on a moment's notice in case they decide to move into the forest where you are. And about 30 to 40 minutes into your wait, you notice a bit of a shadow fall across the trees on the far side of the opening, a bit of stand of trees before the Aldani Basin. You look up to the sky to see this floating mote of earth that you had seen from afar a long time ago is kind of hovering pretty close to where the camp is. In fact, it must have changed location, because where you remember it was quite far away. See if I can get a handout for you. Well, now that you can actually see it a bit closer, it looks just like a rock torn from the earth that's drifting up there. There's something on the top, or almost like a tree of some kind, and you can see stone roots protruding from the bottom. Between the shape of the rock and the branching of the tree's limbs, it kind of looks like, it kind of gives the impression of a gigantic stone heart that's just hanging there in the sky. This impression is only made more gruesome by little drops of liquid coming off from the roots, as this hovering earth mote is closer than you remember, and you hear a ripping sound which brings your eyes back down to earth, as a large kind of opening in the air with this white purple flickering kind of helix-shaped beam of arcane energy to complete it. Rips open the air to show another place. You can hear the mages call out, all right, let's get everything through quickly now. And the guards and the commoners start to pick up crates and boxes and kind of army march them through this opening. One by one, they filter through. Now, it's not instantaneous, as a couple of them are coming back to do another trip and get more crates. The mages go through. Looks like the undead are not going to go through. Looks like they're just going to stay here. And there's about as much as you remember last night. It doesn't look like they've created any more or gathered any more or anything like that.
I think at this point I would like to use another casting of the wild sheep as the wild companion to resummon my bat, and I'd like to have it fly into this opening.
Nice. Okay, let's get you onto the right page then. Now, are you looking through its eyes? Oh, well, it's going to very quickly move out of range, I guess. Here
Just
we go.
flash them up for half a second and then go back.
Yeah, basically. I'll go to its, 100. It's within 100 feet range, and then just kind of give it the order to go in and come back after. We'll call it 30 minutes of flying around or wherever it is, or as sooner if the gate looks like it's closing.
So what happens is the creature kind of flaps up and then banks over, flying down, pulling itself in, trying to hit the top of the portal. It disappears from sight, as you've seen all the others do. And you kind of wait a moment, watching as the last of them kind of filter through and the portal closes. You wait for about 10 to 20 minutes before the creature suddenly comes back into contact with you. It is quickly flying down from the sky, quite high up, and it reports that it came from that floating thing. There's some stairs and an opening and a cave in there where they're all gathered in a room inside, lots of people, some with robes, and the scary lady was talking to them. It was quite packed. He didn't know what was happening, so he had to get out of there pretty quickly. And now you kind of look up. Here's a proper example of what you are looking at when you look towards this edifice in the sky. You see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
That is way too awesome to just show this to us and knowing that they're way too small for us. It's
Like
not fair.
He said
like
there
all the
were
doom bats up there.
Yeah, there were a couple of his people up there as well. He didn't want to, get involved with their politics, though. But he made it back, and kind of almost around this time, well, at least he's running out of time, but you can see now the campsite empty, just tent sites and a bit of rubbish that they've left behind and a couple of wandering undead that now they've left. They don't seem to be guarding so much. They seem to have kind of lost purpose.
Oh. What is an undead life without a purpose?
Well, but for the meantime, the camp is at least cleared out, for what it's worth.
Well, then just make my way back to the group and tell them this information.
Well, I guess the flying island is off the table. You can see a tear go down my cheek now. It's unfortunate.
We can purge them later and take it from them.
At least we have some information now as to perhaps their larger base, larger settlement. Wherever we see this flying island structure.
Coppersworth will remember that it is actually referred to by the locals as the heart of Uptau.
Ah, well, wherever we see this, we
run.
know that they're close by, perhaps.
So should we wait a little bit, then wipe out the leftover undead? Or shall we just leave them?
I don't see a reason to get into altercation, especially when they're so close. They're
don't
like
know.
still pretty close above us, right? Or did they move on the heart of Uptau? Nate,
Yes, sorry, what did you say?
is the heart of Uptau still like close to us in the sky, or is it starting to move away from the campsite?
I mean, it's not like it's zooming around. You can't really even notice movements. You'd imagine it moves very slowly, if at all. But as you've seen it shift position, and Coppersworth would also kind of remember legends saying that it was known to kind of move around the jungle. But it's just drifting slowly. I mean, you'd have to watch it for 5, 10, 15 minutes to see the slightest bit of rotation on it.
And I believe we have our information.
Yeah. Would you guys like me to report that straight to Wakanga? I think it's straight to the source. In case something happens.
Good information is best fresh, but I also see no real rush either, seeing as they are on a floating island, this floating rock.
Perhaps
will
we
they
need a
do with the
giant floating
information?
piece of paper.
That would surely defeat them. If only paper was invented. No, probably invented by this point, but still. Yeah, I'll wait a little bit. Maybe I'll do it at nighttime when I have no reason to save a message. He wakes up to a message from his employee. Hey, I think we're making our way to Mbala right now, right? We don't have anything to do here.
And Mbala then back to your camp, I suppose.
All right.
Unless you have another job that needs to be done out here.
No.
Okay. So as you kind of leave the abandoned camp behind you, pushing into the bushes, let's get a perception check from one of you as whoever's going to be keeping watch as you lead the way.
I think I'll be more calm. I wouldn't keep an eye too much. Now that I know they're not camping in the area.
Very well. So when you come across a couple of small velociraptors that kind of get a fright and sprint off. It doesn't seem like there's enough of them to form a resistance immediately, but kind of on guard a bit more as you head towards the eventual light showing at the edge of the forest on the northern side. You can see Mbala stretching up in now the kind of mid-afternoon, midday sun. And I mean, it is as it always was, bits of foliage growing up in the cracks and the cliffs, and there's this single old, I mean, it looks very disused, single left, right, and a switchback stair leading to the top. But otherwise, the plains stretch open to your right. You can see lots of creatures grazing there, but you will quickly lose sight of them in the hills that are the sandstone area if you head straight to Mbala. What's the kind of route you guys are going to be taking here?
What is
Yeah, go ahead.
what route is best for us?
I think I'll just look at Copperworth. Usually, decides those things?
Well, it depends on how long you want to travel, how safely you want to travel. Yeah, pretty much those things. I mean, moving out in the plains, you can see what's coming, but things can also see you. You would have a bit more cover, but you would also not be able to see things get as close by as well in the hills here. Otherwise, it's a pretty direct line shot through. It's going to take you the rest of the... No, not the rest of the day. It'll take you about 3 to 4 hours to cross this like mini desert section here.
I believe the hills would be better suited for us, knowing that they are close by.
Yeah, let's take safety over speed.
Yeah, I mean, you can still move at a fair pace through the hills, but if that's the case, you start to push using Mbala as your compass, kind of heading directly in that direction to kind of skirt around the side of it. Staying in the ditches so as not to silhouette yourself against the sky. Well, at least that's what I think Copperworth would recommend. You're obviously welcome to do what you like, but let's see here. Passive perceptions, Drace, Grill, everyone with a with a 14 or higher. You do notice once more that it seems like this singular trail of smoke just rising up into the sky from the top of Mbala. And as you notice this, you hear an all too familiar scream in the distance of one of the larger hunting creatures of the Shulton jungle.
Oh, I recognize this one. Run.
You hear the response of many other creatures screaming, herds, hadrosauruses, triceratops, dinosaurs you haven't fully recognized yet or seen. And let's just change this up here. As you can see, coming over the hill, you start to feel the ground vibrate. Coming over the hill to your right, multiple creatures, many little velociraptors chased by larger allosaurus, even with a couple of triceratops getting picked at as a whole stampede effectively runs past you guys. Well, looks like they're running into you guys. We're going to go into a skill challenge.
Oh, bother.
What is the skill challenge?
You're just going to basically call upon your abilities to see how well you can get through the situation. As it doesn't take long for you guys to kind of be engulfed by this surging horde of dinosaurs. And, you're trying to dodge and keep out of the way for the most part while, trying to still head towards Mbala because you're kind of further than the halfway point at this moment. So as you start to dodge left and right, you can see a thick wall of dinosaurs approaching as what looks like a herd of hadrosaurs, these large, usually beasts of burden, but obviously pushed to the limit, they are charging. I would like a dex check from all you guys as you try to avoid these creatures, or if there's another skill you'd like to call upon, you're welcome to do so.
Could I use animal handling to see where they would go and, where would be the safest spots to go?
Sure. I mean, you could also use survival for that, I would say.
It's the same to me.
Go for it
Nice.
then.
Is it dex saving throw or what? I'm not sure.
It's going to be a dex saving throw unless you want to use one of your abilities. You can also make use of your leveled spells, which are most likely effective. Okay, so let's see here. We have a 16 animal handling.
Actually, maybe. Is it like a thick wall of dinosaur?
They're constantly undulating, bumping into each other, closing and opening gaps, so it's hard to kind of see what's happening.
I'm trying to think.
Yes, are we still in the jungle?
No, you're in the middle of the middle of the sandy areas now.
Okay.
In between two hills, and unfortunately, this group of dinosaurs is like charging down one hill, going east to west.
Like, I'm trying to think. Like, if I cast grease, will it help us? Because there will be less dinosaurs, or will they just start slipping towards us? I don't think I want to find out. I think I'm just gonna choose my dex.
Well, you
think
could
they're,
cast
like,
it like
supposed to
off
fall
to the
down.
side. You could cast
Oh,
it
true. You know what? I'll
and
cast
create
one
like
grease.
a pile up, which would allow you to, pass safely ahead of that.
I will try to use grease, and if that doesn't work, I'll go for the dex. Try to, yeah, maybe pile the
Very nice.
the dinosaurs out. They all start working. Whoop, do the cartoon sleep, all one after another.
All right, so I'm not going to roll for everyone else if you guys don't mind that.
That's fine.
I think that's
Okay,
better.
Yeah. You sidestep a couple, Drace. You stop as crazed, just screaming. One of the larger hadrosaurs just flies past you, thundering into the ground. You see chasing after it a couple of velociraptors and an allosaurus that don't even notice you. They're quite focused on their prey. And you see off in the distance that Elixir, do you kind of, does some of your machines just like squirt a puddle into the distance? How does it work?
Yeah, I think no, I think it's more like I take a few of my vials. I combine like oil with some chemicals that I don't think even I understand. I think it's more like instinctively, and I just throw it up to the air, and it kind of explodes into a lot of like a bunch of grease on the ground.
Nice. And you immediately see dinosaurs start to wipe out and just sliding sides of their bodies kind of covered in this black grease as they come to a stop, trying to stand up and falling over again. And not only this, you can see some of the predators have taken advantage of this. A couple of little velociraptors are starting to jump on the creatures and cover them. But it does open like a little blessed corridor of safety as you can see creatures behind them try to file left and right, creating a bit of an island around this grease patch so as not to fall themselves. And yeah, that allows you to kind of get pretty close to where you would see the edge of this stampede, so to speak. And as you are running, you see the largest victims here. Brontosaurus, I mean. These large, ponderous creatures that you noticed out over the marshlands. A couple have been kind of caught up in the hubbub here, and you just see these large feet causing the ground to shake, causing dinosaurs to fall over as they cry out their distress as well. And unfortunately, one of them does get pretty close to you guys. As it slams down into the ground, you can feel your legs almost go out from underneath you. Now I need either a con or a dex save to kind of stay upright, unless you want to use one of your other skills, of course, to avoid falling prone.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no, everybody's falling. Oh no.
Okay, Elixir, as you kind of get dead center under the creature's belly and you just hear this like screaming as it's going past you, you see that the slamming has unseated both of your friends, who's one tripped into the other and sent them both sprawling along the ground. What looks to be the back foot is like slowly, ponderously lifting towards their position. Do you have anything to add to the situation here?
I can grease them so they can get up if you want, but I think I'm fine with the distraction right now.
So unfortunately, the foot, you see it slam down, not crushing them completely, but definitely catching the sides of their bodies, and you guys are going to take 7 points of bludgeoning damage from that. You are left like in a crater as the creature continues on in the path. But
Ow.
yeah, you pull yourself up, kind of lucky to survive, and realize that you're still in this complete war zone. And what it looks like, unfortunately, is as you're about to kind of break out from the edge, you see in the background, cresting over the hill, the kind of the reason that most of these creatures are running. You see the Tyrannosaurus Rex, not one, but you see two. Looks like a hunting pair. and they scream their defiance into the air before trundling down the shield, the little vestigial arms grasping at the air in front of them. But as you guys try to get to the side and out of sight, let's get some either I think some stealth checks, dex checks, as you try to get out of the herd of creatures and pull yourself towards the walls of Mbala, which are about 50 feet away.
How close are they to each other?
Sorry?
How close are they to each other? Just wondering.
What you mean? How close are who?
Because you said there are two T-Rexes, right?
So they look mostly like they're continuing on down the hill and chasing after the
Good.
the
Okay.
herd, the stampede, basically.
I was wondering if I should Gris next to us
Sam.
just in case they want to approach us. But I think we'll be fine. We'll get there if need be. Don't roll a one. Don't roll a one. Oh, that's very close to a one. Okay.
Sorry, it was Dex saving throw again?
That was a stealth check.
Stealth
Kind of
check.
just get out of sight, get down, hunker down, or if there's something else you want to use. Okay, so that is a group fail. As you guys head towards Mbala, getting to the side of the kind of sandstone cliffs, you see one of the Allosauruses peel off and head towards you guys. And it looks like it's intent on getting a quick lunch here.
I Gris it specifically. I'm gonna use all my Grises.
Nice.
You get a grease, and you get a grease.
God, yeah.
No, carry on. I'm just going to grab a map from our other campaign quick for us
Yeah.
to use here.
Same deal. I take a few vials, mix some herbs up, use different chemicals. Maybe it'll make a different reaction. I don't know. Throw it to the air.
I prepare my pocket sand.
I prepare to die.
So,
That's probably a good one. For peace.
Goodbye, cruel lord. Okay, good to go. I don't have any god to pray to, unlike most of us. What god do you serve, Grill? Now that I think about
Is
it,
this
you're
the
Robert.
really? Yes. Is this really the time to talk about theological matters?
I meant more other character because we're already waiting for the map. But yeah. I mean, if this is
Origin.
the best time. Where else could I find a god right now to pray to? Elixir would not know anything about gods. I'd be I'd approach the closest religious person and be like, so who's the best god to pray to right now? I'm kind
I
of in a...
worship the god Moradin. He's a dwarf god of forge and the like, but I don't think he'll help us particularly in this matter. There's a giant fucking dinosaurs running at us.
Yeah, I wonder why. Even the gods don't fuck with the dinosaurs. It's an unwritten rule.
Oh, it just takes the right god. Choose a strong one.
It's the god of giant fucking dinosaurs.
yeah, that's Uptau, but he's
Yeah.
gone now.
Oh, so
Easy
the one
now.
god that is useful in this situation is gone.
I mean, we found his heart. I'm sure he's fine, right? If his heart is fine, he's fine. He's fine. Cope.
Although you did learn that kind of a bit of a bastion of his religious background was the city of Mesra, which as it stands now is just ruins on the other side of the island.
Nice. Very reassuring.
Right?
Well, as long as we don't find his kidney, we should be fine.
For sure. I just have to re-upload that map. I couldn't remember what it's called in my other campaign to just steal it.
Yes, still equal good.
It's so useful having that transmogrifier, and you don't have to re-upload things.
Yeah, reusing maps sounds like the best way to go, because there's no reason you should create new maps for every situation.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, I just have
yeah.
I have like 3 generic maps for for most situations, and then it's like, yeah, one of those will do. Like I have 3 forest maps, I have 3 city maps.
Nice. No,
Proceeds to roll a d3. So,
I got something about reusing a map. It like gets under my skin. I can't do it. But I've
Oh,
got my,
just for gen.
I've
I
got my
find
previous
just for
campaigns, which I keep, so I can transmogrify from those, which have like a full campaign's worth of maps.
yeah, I just find to find like general encounter maps. There's no point having multiple.
should just take maps that you use, like up the contrast a little bit, and then just put it
Rotate it
back.
upside down.
Yeah, basically a new map, right? Who's gonna notice?
I do that on occasion. I like rotate like 70 degrees and like crop it, and nobody realizes.
Like, wow, how do you have so many maps?
No, sorry, one person has noticed. It was at the end of at the end of a session. They're like, that was just the same map as like 5 weeks ago,
You're
wasn't it? I'm like, holy shit, somebody
you're
noticed.
just like, shh, don't tell them, it's a secret. How dare you?
Pretty much.
He rolled the 20 on his in check.
Normally he's like the least observant as well.
It's always the ones that are like he's a list of observance because he was observing how the maps are the same, you know.
That was the only thing he was observing.
Exactly.
So we are good to go. Let's get you on the right map and then kick things off. Not perfect, but it's the
I'm
closest I
worried.
have. It's not a T-Rex you're facing, keep in mind. It is a large carnivore.
Still worried. This is the first dinosaur.
Oh, so
encounter
I'm
we have.
safe. I'm fine here. There's no meat on me.
Where is?
So,
Can I look for the body of the disappearing guy? No. No, sorry. Now I recognize the map. No.
Mm. If my information is correct, there should be 3 dead Durga here.
Exactly.
Allosaurus, where are we? Here we are. Big boy. You do see a couple of opportunistic velociraptors on the other side. And let's get everything going. Cool.
Can I get a 10-foot square? So I can use, because I said I used the grease. I don't know if you want me to use it on the first turn or use it right now.
So use it on your first turn of initiative.
Yeah.
This creature is still coming at you here.
How do you get 3.14? Sorry, 13.14 initiative. How do?
She uses a dex as a tiebreaker. It's an option on your character sheet.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's 13 and then 14 dex. Gotcha.
Okay, so as these hungry carnivores focus in here on you guys, Guts is going to be the first. I don't think he would run out. Probably just for now hold position and cut it if it comes closer.
Everybody should be full HP, right? Because we had a rest and everything.
No, we got, except for me and Drast, because we got stepped on by
yes, true.
Correct. Thank you. Okay, well, Guts will hold his attack. That'll bring us to Drace.
Okay. Knowing that Alexei is probably going to try and do the same trick for this rampaging creature, hopefully this might help even more. And let's see, I will need a 20-foot square.
Very nice. Here we are. I'll change this one up for you.
Thank you. I'll set it, call it right here. Like there. As I cast a rename spell, but it's just entangle.
Okay. So, like rocky spikes come up from the ground, or what is? Oh no, this is actually plants restraining, or what is it? No, muddy, difficult terrain. Perfect. Okay, the creature, as it's charging forward, well, is that the end of your turn?
Going to move a little bit, but yes, that's going to be the end of my turn.
So as the creature's underneath its foot becomes flooded with moisture, as you kind of your magic pulls all the remaining water from the surrounding area and kind of creates this muddy texture. The thing's foot sinks right in and makes a sucking sound as it kind of goes up almost to the knee. It is effectively restrained. Let's see here, and its attack brought short, which it is very angry about. I believe it has no recourse but to attempt a strength saving throw. A strength check against your spell DC. So let's get that.
Oh my god.
Okay. He does pull himself out. This kind of wet sucking sound, and the ground is difficult terrain. So it's going to dash to move double distance, but with difficult terrain. So let's see. It's 120 foot speed. That's
Fuck.
that's 50 to get there, and then 90. It's still got enough to move up, not enough to attack, but it is going to get attacked in response by your fighter here.
Well, at 20. Close
19
enough.
to hit for. I think he's got the thing that allows him to re-roll ones. Yes, and he's got a 1 there, so he's going to re-roll that. Okay, very nice. So 13 damage total as he uses the creature's momentum against it, just sliding up into the chest of the beast, who howls in pain, kind of stops and tries to leap back, pulling itself off the weapon. That'll bring us around to Grill.
Grill's gonna think, well, this is quite the situation. He's gonna hit his shield once and twice, and then he's gonna cast blindness and deafness on it.
Okay.
Oop.
Can't save.
It's
A whole
all
bunch of new
deafness.
experiences. So what? Okay, well that's a 20, I'm afraid.
Oh, there goes my idea. And
Yep.
that's actually gonna be it.
You
He's
staying
gonna
where you are?
move forward though. He's just gonna get in front of the squishy people.
Fair.
So he's gonna move into line.
Don't worry, the squishy people are going to get up behind you, so you're fine. I will cast Grease on the large carnivore duder.
What is the radius on that?
10 feet. So I'm just gonna like put a square on him. And he needs to make a dex save. I remember difficult terrain duration. Yep.
Okay, here we are.
So
The cool color. Oh, that's so cool.
first time you actually get you get so many abilities that have range. I think I'll put it like right like this, so it hits all of them and maybe blocks the raptors that are fast approaching. And I will come behind Grill, give him a tap on the back, be like, "You got it, buddy."
The
I
creature.
somehow doubt that.
The creature flails its legs, but manages using its tail to plant itself and not fall prone, and like kind of looks over, snarling at you guys.
Yeah, don't worry. I've got other plans for that. It's not the only reason I cast Grease.
All Right, that'll bring us 2 coppers worth. Who's probably going to poison his arrow with a bonus action and take a longbow shot here. So that will hit. The creature needs to make a con save against a further 2d4 poison. And it's nailing these con saves. Okay, so it's going to take 8 piercing as an arrow sticks into its upper thigh. Screams out angrily in protest. And I think that's all. He's just going to stay at the ready here. The Velociraptors charge in. Probably should have moved a bit further away. Oops.
They go around the grease or go through it?
They would go around it.
Yeah.
It's just very apparently there, in contrast to the land around. Shit. I think, in retrospect, Cop would have moved further away.
Yeah,
Seeing all those Velociraptors there.
using his jump, 70-foot jump.
Just want to see how far they can get here. So this one's going to go for guts, and this one will dash to get up to here, chasing after the frog. But these two are going to be getting pack tactics, multi-attack, unfortunately. So it's going to be 2 bites with advantage against guts and 2 claws with advantage as they try to swarm him.
That's
Oh, no.
scary. Oh no.
So 2 bites, 2 claws. They are fairly small creatures though, so guts is AC 16.
1, 2,
We have
3
3
hits.
hits. But he also does have heavy armor master, so he's going to take much less damage. So from the 3 slashing, he takes nothing. The 6 goes down to 3, 6 goes down to 3. He takes 6 total from that. Right, but he is getting surrounded, kind of looking back, flanked on all sides by enemies. He's not liking this. And now, at least he doesn't have to hold an action. He can get his full round of... Wait, he's still only got 1 attack around, never mind. Well, it's going to be a great sword slice at the creature here in front of him, first of all. Shit. Let's see if you can do anything about this.
He can accent surge. That's all I think he can do.
Don't think so. Oh. Wait, this is interesting. Can use this after making the attack roll. So I think he will do that. He will spend a superiority die to try and straighten out his attack there. I think they're D6 at the moment. D8s. Okay, he's gonna. Oh, geez, that's really good. Yeah, that'll connect. And
Nice.
13 slams into this creature. He will. I mean, I guess you guys have rested, so he'll action surge to try to take this creature down quickly. Be another great sword attack. This one will hit. And I think he will use another superiority die to... He's got menacing attack. You can add that to the damage roll. So that makes it extra chunky. Oh, not
Extra chunk.
But 15 total. The creature is looking pretty damn wounded at this point. And that'll bring us around to you, Drace.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go after this little raptor, I guess. And stop concentrating, I think, on the patch over here. Yeah. And I will try and attack it with primal savagery.
Nice. 10 acid, nice. What is it, like dripping from your claws?
Yeah, basically.
Nice. Enough to send the creature flying. It does not recover, drops dead.
Cover 5. Guys, it can happen.
Is that going to be your turn, Drace?
I believe so.
The creature will lash out angrily, having taken so much damage from this. It's going to retaliate against the great sword wielder. Let's see if it can redeem himself slightly here. And
No.
that is going to miss, so he avoids taking that 22 points of damage. And this kind of very savage hunter, you realize like the size of this creature is very intimidating, but you have effectively kind of crippled it and hobbled it with spells and magic, which brings us over to Grill. Yeah, good job.
He needs to make another dex save in the grease to fall prone
Is it every
at the
no,
end. At the end of every turn. Yeah.
No, he stays upright, but he also has to make a wisdom save against that menacing attack, and he's actually fearful of guts. Whoops. So he's going to be turning around to leave. Yeah. What you doing, Grill?
Grill's gonna grab his leg before he leaves and inflict cancer.
Jesus, dude.
I'm sorry. Is that a modification to inflict wounds?
Inflict wounds.
That's
So you just kind of ripping all of the water from his tissues and causing hell with the creature's body. You can immediately see like spasms of pain as that is going to be more than enough to cause it to kind of drop. Unfortunately, it gives out a cry and only succeeds in kind of getting grease into its mouth. It's not a pretty death. So, Grill, are you
and I will move up to here.
Jesus Christ, that was unexpected. I will take a few steps to the right, shielding myself with the grease and also getting a better line of sight to the raptor next to Guts. I'm just mumbling because I'm fighting this firebolt.
Okay, yeah, roll for your firebolt.
This guy.
Sure.
Ah, they're perfect.
Just catches him on the edge. Coppersworth will definitely jump in to help with these guys, feeling much more confident with creatures more his size. He will use his sickle, I guess. That's what he does. Does manage to catch the one in front of him, wounding at a fair amount. These creatures, let's see here. Would say they're probably not the most stay and fight of carnivores. They're going to disengage and flee. Do you guys shoot after them as they flee away from you? You're all welcome to take a round of attacks against them.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's free food.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what I was about to say, yeah. Free food is free food. Oh, this one. What happens to you inflict cancer? What the hell?
Well, it's only it's touch range.
No, that's not canon. We're not going to go with that. So
I'll just have to mention every time I used to get a crit.
creatures have 13 AC. Let's see here. That's a fresh firebolt, hey, Elixe? Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's a new one.
Well, I mean, one of them drops already cooked from Elixir's fireball, which is nice. And the one in front would... let's give it a roll here. You see it running out the way before Coppersworth arrow slams into the back, and then it just, in like this eruption of necrotic energy, just drops to the ground. And that one is already jerked, so I mean that's nice.
Did Copperworth use his poison on the arrow? Because that...
I don't think he would have in this situation. That seems a bit
Yeah.
arbitrary.
Well, also, I can just actually purifying the food. Actually, never mind. Doesn't matter. Use the poison.
So
Add
as
some
your
spice
little
to it.
pocket of chaos calms down slightly, you can still hear the screaming of dinosaurs as the T-Rex is chasing them kind of onto the next hill, and you hear one of the, by the sounds of it, one of the Triceratops actually drops, and the two large creatures stop to feast. But still, they are uncomfortably close. Yeah, they are about 300 to 400 feet away from you.
Each guy
Yeah,
take a raptor and run.
I was going to say, Guts, give me a hand with the big one, please.
I don't think we can take the big one. Leave the big one.
I'm going to pull out my kitchen utensils and take its head.
And
Okay.
Head so much tempo.
As you say, it takes a couple of whacks. It's quite a big, thick creature. I mean, the head would probably be... I mean, it's going to be bigger than a horse's head. So, I mean, you do the calculations there. But you can start to edge around Mbala and lose sight of these creatures, and kind of get a bit of quiet in the morning, as it's been quite busy already, and at the very least, the area around you is quite cleared out of all other creatures by that. You
So
eventually, yes,
we have 3 velociraptor corpses and a head.
sounds like it. Yeah, one of them is already cooked. One of them is like already dried. Now,
Fantastic.
yeah, as you come around to the front of Mbala, you get to the point where you can see the staircase heading up above you. And in fact, I'm just trying to grab this. Yeah, you can see that after a couple of switchbacks, a couple of lefts and rights, backs and forths, there is what looks to be like a little landing, probably about 80 feet off the ground. You could probably, if you wanted to stop and take a rest, would be fairly safe from the ground predators. Or, I mean, you could just keep pushing, and another hour would see you in the forest.
I think we take the hour and get into the forest.
Sure.
And there was smoke coming from the top of Mbala, wasn't there?
Yes.
You two of you, I think, have seen this at different times.
Yep.
So it does seem like there is some kind of life form up there.
I didn't see no smoke. But there is smoke, yes.
We investigate, perhaps? There could be a settlement.
Mm-hmm. We could also offer food.
Yeah, we got a few raptors to share.
And a head. So I think we're actually going on top of Mbala.
Okay. Well, as you look up, and you can see certain parts of the stair that are pretty overgrown. Rocks have fallen, maybe. It would take you a bit of time to kind of clear this out, as it looks like no one's obviously used these stairs in quite a long time. It would probably take an hour or two to make it all the way to the top, having to clear things as you go.
Yeah.
All right. And as you start to rise, first of all, above the canopy, you can see the endless sea of green around you. The sounds of the forest kind of die off somewhat, and it is, I mean, it's extremely beautiful as the sun is getting to its kind of apex in the sky. You can see probably more of the jungle than you have in a long time, and you got to stop to kind of cut away vines and move away kind of troublesome boulders and rubble that's fallen to block your path. But for the most part, the stairs look fairly well built and are not anywhere near to crumbling. It looks like the craftsmanship is quite impressive. They seem to have been almost chiseled out of the rock itself, if you had to guess.
I think I know the answer, but I'll still ask. Wait, where is it? Historical knowledge. Which race created it?
This would be humans.
Yeah, the ancient humans from this. Yeah.
I mean, most likely, that's what you'd guess.
Mhm.
Well, you
What?
start to head higher. Yes? Anything?
No, I said all right.
Okay, well, heading higher above the canopy, I'm just going to be revealing a bit more here, what you'll see. You can see a river snaking away from the Aldani Basin, and you see it curve around once before disappearing into the jungle further, and you kind of know down there is also a canyon. That's what I'm looking for. Canyon that is referred to as Taz Kahakla. It was a famous place people used to come visit for its beauty. Obviously, not so anymore, as travel is fairly limited in the jungle at this point. Let's see. If anyone is while they're traveling, gonna give me a perception check, they're welcome to do so.
I think Elixir will have a lot of time to perceive, since his strength is not gonna help with clearing the vines out. I mean, he'll try, but... And my... Well, 20 died. Oh, well.
Oh, a 20.
Mine had a sight stage, yeah. But it's good now.
Yeah, it's because I was loading you onto another map, but not so fast it would appear. Because with a 22 Drace, you actually do spot something that catches your eye, looking fairly interesting. You notice with that, you can see a gap in the trees that indicates that the river Tath actually has a tributary or an arm that branches off to the northwest there. And what you can see over here, where's a little... X. Let's get the X. And put that on the map for you. What you can see there is it looks to be debris of some kind of wooden structure, and if you had to guess by the shape of it, it looks like some kind of ship or something is lodged in the canopy there.
Ship on land.
Yes, a sailing ship. What is this doing here?
Are you sure it's not just a house? Elixir child, look.
And it's really hard to tell much of anything from this distance, but it doesn't look like it's going anywhere. It looks pretty like lodged in the canopy. But eventually you do get to the top of Mbala, and let's actually reveal a bit more of the Aldani Basin.
Does the river look like it would be able to support a ship of this size?
No. Get you onto the right map here.
Or I suppose I could ask, probably Coppersworth, I guess, if this region floods and the river swells enough, I suppose, or the basin swells enough for it to be traversable by ship.
Maybe barely. Well, that doesn't explain for how it actually got up to the canopy.
No.
Maybe they got very lost.
Well, here you guys are, as let me get my page open here, as you eventually do get to the top of Mbala. And as you do, you can see the sun is getting on in the day. It's starting to head towards the horizon. As you have been working a fair amount of time, kind of all but out of breath and sweating. You've climbed about 1,800 feet. Now, as you look down, the ground is dizzyingly far below you. But as you get to the top, the stone steps emerge onto this plateau beneath a once grand but now decrepit wooden gateway. Get you a bit further up there. The gates that sealed this entrance are rotted away. Only their rusted iron hinges and reinforcing bands remain. In their place, you see heaps of human skulls. They are picked clean of all flesh and bleached white by being out under the sun. They all grin up at you from the roadway and down from atop towering mounds, kind of having been piled and congregated here.
I don't think they're very friendly here.
No, I think that's a good sign. I think we're in the right place.
Excellent. I would have probably asked Coppersworth again, is this indicative of particular territory of a tribe here that you might be familiar with, or dedication to some deity, perhaps Uptau or something.
So outright, just off the bat, you'll have to say no. I mean, there's lots of stories about Mbala and all the people being wiped out, and no one really comes here, so not much is known about the place. But this doesn't fit any bill of any kind of clan or tribe or anything he's come into contact with.
Well, if we could reclaim it, it is a good location.
That is fair. But this little bit of smoke that you've been seeing every now and again, you can see the smallest strand, like not high enough. The fire must not be very well stoked, but it seems to be coming from a house a couple of 100 feet away from the entrance here, or a couple of streets away.
Well, I do suppose we should say hello to our hosts.
Should we maybe sneak in first? I mean, we're right after a fight. We're not well rested. It's gonna be pretty dangerous if we get into a sticky situation.
I don't exactly do stealth very well.
I can. Pretty well. I guess I'll offer to go investigate and just run back if anything wrong happens.
Well, I wish you luck.
I will ask Drace if I can have the elixir back in case I need to run away.
Sure.
Alright. I will approach cautiously, looking for any signs of life.
So give me a stealth check.
Oh, don't botch this. Stuff. Okay. Oh, that's okay.
So you move ahead of the group that kind of steps generally onto the plateau, stopping before getting too close. You can kind of see the ruins of city walls and city buildings that used to be there in days past. I mean, it's long ruins by this point, the nature having kind of claimed and retaken much of it. You head towards using the building as cover, this occupied plot apparently. And what you find is... where is my map here? Oh, shucks. Hold on, I'm still just pop it on here. You see basically a hut, a small little unkempt thatched roof hut with like a well to the side and a vegetable patch on the other. And from what you can tell, it seems mostly empty. You kind of hear a sound from inside the hut as some kind of object or person, creature moves around in there.
Does that seem like the only kept up building or like structure? Everything else looks like ruins?
Yeah, mostly. This one looks like it's taken some damage itself, but it's been pretty haphazardly repaired.
I guess I'll go back and report that it seems like even if like there's only one house that is kept up, so even if we get into a sticky situation, we should be fine.
But let's say hello to our hosts then.
But so let's approach with the best intention.
Yeah,
I was going to start heading towards that house.
You'll just have to give me one moment. Sorry, I'm slacking today, it appears. I thought I had this map on this game already, but I don't. I'm just gonna
Should
grab
we
it.
maybe take a break?
My power's gonna go off soon, so I'd like to push another 10
that's fine.
minutes. Because I'll have to swap over to battery and stuff.
Sounds good. All right, can I come back in like 2 minutes? I need to
Oh yeah,
go
go
to the
for it.
bathroom.
If you
Yeah.
need the toilet or whatnot.
So are we taking a break here to wait for the power, or?
No, we're gonna go for a bit longer, but if you urgently need the bathroom, you're welcome to head off. Otherwise, we're gonna be going about 10 more minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. Where are you from? Cherry.
I didn't catch that, sorry.
Oh, whereabouts are you from?
I'm in California, in the US.
It'll be winter over there, wouldn't it?
It is winter. It is sad. It is cold.
Well, on 40-degree days.
Uh,
In Celsius, I should add.
yeah. It's like, also, we use Fahrenheit over here, so I'm like never really certain if it's like, wait, 40 degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit?
So, as I like to describe it, 30 degrees is hot, 40 degrees is hella hot,
Oh, yeah.
and it doesn't get higher than 40.
Wrong.
Actually, no, yeah, that is wrong. Not that long ago, we had a day that was 44.
Yeah, exactly. You should. I live like in. I basically live in its desert, so here it gets to like 40s like regularly, and like in the hottest days of the month of the year, sometimes it gets to like close to 50, if not 50.
Yeah, no, it's so gross. Is it dry heat or like humid heat?
It's pretty dry. I assume if I was closer to the Dead Sea, it would be more humid, but it's shrinking, so it's fine. No worries about it.
Fuck off, see.
Yeah, it's
Honestly, I could do up to 60 dry heat easily. It's humidity that really fucks you.
Nah, you'll start cooking. What are you talking about? 60, you'll start like your like flesh will try to start like to turn pork chop.
You're right, I'm at 55 is my max.
Yeah, you know what? I'll take that.
But it's like, humidity is so much worse. You just can't escape it.
Listen, just because your name is barbecue doesn't mean you can endure heat as much as you say. Okay.
Excuse me, I'm not just a barbecue, I'm also a chef.
Oh, actually, true. You know what? I retract all my comments.
I have
Also,
like no nerves in my hands anymore.
The moment I heard like a ship in the mountains, I instantly thought of that game.
Yeah.
I couldn't
Sorry.
like not share it.
The guy that really wanted to be a pirate, even though it wasn't set in a ocean campaign. Fucking build a boat carrier. You know, the other week we had a 80% humidity day, which was the worst thing ever. So like 32 degrees, but still it felt like it was 60.
Yeah. High humidity is just hellish.
You can't escape from it.
So yeah, guys, I can't find my map, and I'm pretty bummed on it. I think let's maybe just rather take the break here so I can set up this encounter properly for us.
I don't like
Yeah,
the
sure.
word encounter. Okay, yeah, for sure. Not worried at all.
So yeah, I'll be back at like 5 past the hour, most likely.
That works for me.
25
problem.
minutes. I'll see. Cool. Sorry about this. Yeah, I'm usually more prepared. I'll see you guys now.
Never prepared. Just
60
improv it.
Like 60 degrees Celsius would be like, you would be able to survive there, but like if you stay there for a long period of time, you will for sure get a heat stroke and
Oh yeah, definitely.
probably just like your brain will melt.
It
Basically.
looks like about 10 minutes. Just like
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. I don't know. Spontaneous combustion.
Yeah.
Wait,
Start
so
a
what is it?
stopwatch, go out, run.
Celsius to Fahrenheit. So what was it yesterday? It was 35 yesterday. So it would have been 95 degrees Fahrenheit.
Sounds like
Yes, sir.
pretty toasty, but definitely bearable. Just try and stay out of the direct sunlight, I suppose.
Yeah.
Like there in the summer here, there are days we have like a public pool. So there are days that you're actually you stay home in the AC or you go to the pool and there's no other actions you can take. Like if you go like if you want to go for a walk, you die. No, like you don't actually die, but it gets like doesn't make
Feels-
sense to go out for any
Feels
other
like you
reason.
die. You walk
Yeah.
outside and die.
You walk outside and you're like, I rather die than be here, basically.
Yeah, the bright side is that the rest of this week doesn't seem that bad. It's like 26, 27s, 28s mainly. Like 40% humidity.
Right.
In American, that is. 78.
Yeah, seems actually quite nice.
Yeah. It's weird. Summer's normally, well, December's normally way worse. Seems like we're gonna have a late heat period. Or we're gonna get floods again. One or the other.
Yeah. But like Australia,
Yeah.
like where I live, the Dead Sea, it feels like it's basically Australia in a smaller version. Like we have floods, the heat is like unbearable.
Yeah,
Spiders are not as big, so that's a plus.
my apartment is filled with spiders. I love it. Get rid of all the other insects.
Yeah, that's the reason I can't go to Australia. Like I'm like,
Can't handle
oh,
the spiders.
no, I can't handle spiders. Period. So
Like, most of them aren't that bad. Like 90% of the ones you'll see is daddy longlegs, and they're pathetic spiders. They're not even. They shouldn't even be spiders. They're so pathetic.
I don't actually think they are spiders.
listen, if it has enough legs and they're long enough, they're spiders. I don't care what like the
Sure.
definition is. I don't care what the definition is. My brain sees a long-legged like bug, and I'm just like, no, get away from me. I will die.
Instantly smash it.
Yes, or run in the other direction. It depends on my mood at the moment.
No, they are actually spiders still.
Huh.
Although they have a habit of ripping off their own legs.
What?
Yeah, daddy longlegs have like no defensive capabilities. So instead of fighting back, they'll just pull off the leg and run away.
I
Well, works for lizards.
defend.
But they don't grow back.
Yeah, and like your legs is part of the reason you can run away. So you can only do that so much before you're just like daddy long leg.
You see some daddy longlegs with the weirdest walk because they have to like make up for the fact that they're missing like 3 legs. And most of the time, all the missing legs are on the same side.
Like nature did them dirty. They're like some animal have like venom to look to like scare predators away. Some animals have like the like butterflies where they have like the camouflage that makes them look menacing, and they're just like rip their legs off. Ouch.
Ironically, they're a spider that eats other spiders. They kill redback spiders, which is like one of the most deadly spiders in Australia, as one of their main food sources.
Oh, so basically
Nice.
you gotta like them basically.
But they can't. Their poison is not toxic towards humans. They can bite humans, but they can't like hurt them.
They can hurt me emotionally, okay, and scar me for life.
The same thing with like tarantulas or uh, other ones like that. Their venom is not toxic to humans, but like fatal to dogs. Ironically, other way around, redback spiders, which are like deadly to humans, are completely benign to dogs.
You're saying, as cruel as it is, the best tactic against that spider is just hold your dog out. Sorry.
Oh, they're like tiny little fuckers, and they're like bright red backs. So if you get bitten by one, it's your own fucking fault. You have to follow the standard rules, which is if you leave your shoes out, hit the shit out of them before you put them on. Make sure nothing pulls
Just
in.
if you live it out, hit the shit of it. Hit it out, like.
Don't shove your hand into any dark crevices outside. And kick planks of wood before you pick them up.
Oh yeah, we have that rule as well. Mostly for snakes though, because we have some
Oh yeah, it's for
pretty
snakes as well.
venomous snakes here that are. You don't want to
I've
get
been-
bit by. Yeah.
And I've been bitten by a few snakes.
I
Only
never
3
get
of them
bit.
were poisonous.
Huh.
See, like that's the Australian experience. You're like, yeah, I've been bit. Like, yeah, I've been pretty lucky in life. I've only been bit like 3 times. Like, not even like in the tens. So I'm fine.
No, it's because I used to live up in it's just out of the city, like suburbs, or just out of the suburbs even, called Rainbow Valley. It was up on like a hill, so we got a shit ton of spiders and snakes and all that when I was a little kid. We also used to go toad hunting. That's fun. But yeah, so I was messing around as a kid, got bitten by a brown snake,
Oh,
got rushed to hospital. Like 2 weeks later, I got bitten by another brown snake.
and your
I got
parents are just
bitten
like,
Oh,
okay, we thought you learned your lesson the first time.
I still remember the doctor's face, even though I was like only like 7 or 8 at the time. Just when I came in the second time, like fucking again, really? Yeah, but almost every single doctor's office in like any small town has like fully stocked with anti venom.
I would imagine so, yeah.
The main problem is Australia is so fucking big that it takes hours to get anywhere. Like, what's the old saying? Uh, drive 6 hours in England, you make it to another country. Drive 6 hours in America, you make it to a different state. Drive 6 hours in Australia, you're 6 hours away from fucking anything.
Yeah.
And it's the fucking truth.
It reminds me of the Simpsons like skit when they like every time they make fun of Australia, it's just like it's just like 3 people living there, like overall the whole country.
Yeah, pretty fucking much. What was it? I've driven around Australia. I drove around Australia on a little Swift. This tiny little fucking Suzuki Swift. I did all the coastal area. Western Australia, I drove for 12 hours straight, got to a town, and they're like, oh yeah, the next town is like 10 hours away. I was like, yeah, fuck Western Australia.
Oh.
So I drove back down to where I started from, drove to Uluru, drove to Northern Territory, then drove over to the top of Western Australia to get to Perth. There's nothing there. It's like a different fucking country. The fact that only I think it's like 20% of Australia is inhabited.
Jeez.
Yeah, something like that, because much of it is just kind of wasteland.
Well, and also
Yeah, that's
the other 80% is inhabited by spiders and snakes, so
Well,
and don't forget the jacked kangaroos.
yeah.
Like people seem to misunderstand one thing about kangaroos. They think they're adorable, but they are like gym junkies. They have gym junkie bodies. They're actually terrifying. Like standing up, they're like 6 foot tall and like built like a brick shit house.
who wants to play poker? I have a deck of card here.
Yeah, I know, so do I. The first time I saw one of these things, I was like, what the fuck is this meant to be?
I have no idea. I have 2 cards.
Okay. Draw. 2. I have 2 cards now.
Join
Can I
us,
see what the
please.
cards? Oh yeah, boy!
You're not supposed to tell us. That's not a good poker face.
I got a 7 and 8.
Oh. Cool.
Draw your card. Dress. We're playing. We're playing poker apparently, or something.
Well, you do enjoy. I think I'm probably gonna pass on the card game.
How do I? Okay, well, how do I draw more than 1 card? Oh, that's how I do it. Okay. 1, 2.
And then we
I-
need one more.
Yep.
Okay. What do you want to bet?
I bet 3 Shogogi goals. Okay.
Okay.
Are you gonna
Any-
raise me?
I'll raise you to 4. Fuck it. I don't know what it is.
Okay, I call. Draw another card.
Hmm.
Okay, 10 Shogogi goals.
Okay. Show what you got. Now do we show? I think we just drag him out.
Wait, there needs to be five cards. There's another draw
Oh,
before
yeah.
you show. Did you call? Okay, well,
Yeah, I called.
it's an 8 here.
I haven't played poker in years.
I call.
Yep, same.
I think you can just click all and then everybody will be able to see. I don't know. I can just put them on. This is mine.
This is mine. I lied. I got 2 kings.
Ah, how dare you lie to me? You stole 10 Shogogi goals from me. Actually, oh no, I don't have it. Oh wait, no, I have
You have-
I have a straight, so I win.
Oh, you do. Wait.
And 8,
10.
9, 10, Jack, Queen.
You don't have king.
Wait, I have 8, 9, 10, J, Queen. It's enough. It's 5 cards.
Oh, yeah, it says. You win.
Aha! My
Congratulations.
Shogoga goals. Don't even know where I pulled that thing.
Yeah, that's
Right out
why. Hmm. You also got a pair. So you got a pair and a straight.
Another
Oh.
round.
Fucking sure, why not?
We gotta find a way to pass the time, right? Alright, I'm opening. Oh, that's a start. I call.
I call as well. Well, standard 2 Shigoga calls. Whatever the fuck you said.
Yes, let's say he has 2 sugar goals. That's actually perfect. That's exactly the pronunciation as well. I call.
What even is? I call still.
Sugar goal? I have no idea. I just made up the word.
Okay. I thought it might actually be something secret, like my kidneys or something.
No. Well,
Cool.
yeah, call. I don't have anything. I'm not gonna lie to you. So just.
I have a queen and a 6. So I think I have a. No, I don't have a straight. There's
you
no
have
10.
you have high though.
Yeah.
Like high card. I don't know what it's called. Well,
Oh,
what other card games are there?
go fish.
What?
I said go fish.
What is it called? I don't know it.
Go fish.
Go fish. It sounds familiar by name, but I don't think I've ever
I
actually.
don't think I've ever played. Yeah, neither have I.
Oh, awesome.
Even though it's like the cards kids game, we went straight to poker. We're like 10 betting gummy bears. Either that or played blackjack, which is the easiest card game. So easy.
You can play blackjack if you want.
Uh, it's not a really fun one. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's only fun because of the gambling part.
Mm.
You can gamble candy as a kid.
Yeah. I mean, I did win $3,000 in a casino through blackjack.
What? 3 grand?
Yeah, which is like 25 cents in most other countries.
Yeah, you're.
No, it would have been like $1.50 in American at the time.
It's really not bad.
Yeah,
Was it like in a casino or was it between
it
friends?
was a casino.
Mhm.
We don't bet money between friends; it just gets messy.
Yeah, I wonder why.
We just bet like fucking lollies or drinks and things like that. like the old rituals we had when we used to go out every night after work inside the kitchen. Like we used to do the salt versus sugar. So we would get 5 packets of salt, or however many packets of salt there is. Sorry, of sugar for how many people there are. Replace one with salt, mix them up, and whoever gets the salt has to pay for the round.
I don't know that one, but you know,
It was
That's
just
a
the
good
way
new
to
one.
choose who had to buy the drinks.
guess that's a way to choose it.
What else was there? There was just the scissors paper rock championship. Whoever won outright didn't have to buy drinks tonight.
Can each person just pay for their own drink? I
That's
feel like that's the more
boring.
I feel like that's the most logical part. Way. But fair
When you're
enough.
like 10 drinks in, you start getting bored of just buying your own drinks.
I mean, you're not fair.
God,
Fair point.
hospitality goes hard sometimes.
Mhm.
Don't do so much anymore, but it was like every single night after we finished work, we would go out for drinks.
Yeah, that sounds very, very healthy.